I'm Tom from DIY Life Tech, and this is a look at the Kidwill bubble machine. And this is my favorite bubble machine based on my testing. So it's really easy to use, and it produces a ton of bubbles, and it's something you can really just set up and kind of let it do its own thing. So let's go ahead and try it out. One of the things I like, it has this reservoir where you can fill with bubble liquid, and I've got my bubble juice that I mixed up right here. So I'm going to go ahead and just pour this in. And you can see as you pour it, it's going to just go into the machine. And there's actually a little indicator on the side here that's going to show you exactly how much you've loaded in. So as I pour more in, you can see this little indicator is going to go up, and we can make sure that we fill this up. And it holds quite a large volume. It's actually enough bubbles that you can put in here that it can blow bubbles for several hours. So if you're going to use this for a party or an event where you want to have bubbles kind of continuously flowing, this is an awesome machine because, again, you can see you can fill it all the way up. I'm at about 400 mLs, and it's going to blow bubbles for quite a long time. So set it and forget it kind of bubble blower. This is an awesome option for that. So it's all set up now. We've got the bubbles in there. Another thing that's nice with this is that it actually charges via USB. So I charged it up. You don't have to keep replacing batteries. It actually has this little USB port. You just plug it in. It takes a couple hours, 3 or 4 hours to charge up. And then you can keep recharging it over and over again. So let's actually switch it on. Let's see some bubbles. There's a button on the front we're going to press. And it's basically going to spin these little bubble wands through the solution. And then it's got a fan, and you can see it is blowing a large number of bubbles out here. These are drifting. You can see it's really quite, vigorous in terms of the amount of bubbles it can produce. And it's just blowing those along here, just totally filling the yard. So these will drift all through here, and really just makes it a super fun environment for kids. I like to set it up, somewhere where it's elevated, and it's going to blow bubbles, through the whole yard, basically, as people are playing and hanging out. So really awesome to be able to do that. When you're moving it, one thing to keep in mind, just keep it upright. You don't want the liquid to slosh out of the machine, so just keep it up, upright, up and down. It might stop for a second, but once you put it down, it should start up again. We also have some really cool features on the side here, where we can actually press the button here, and it's going to rotate as it blows the bubbles, so covering a broader space that way. Again, great for a party, kids party, and it's going to rotate through 90 degrees, or we can even press the button here and cause it to rotate through a whole 360 degrees. So you could put this, in the middle of a table or something, or somewhere high up, and just let it spin around and blow bubbles through the whole space. Just, you can see these are going to drift on the wind and go all over my yard here. So neat to be able to do that. Or if we don't want to do that, we can freeze in a specific location here and just let it blow the bubbles straight out. So nice to have that versatility. We can also control the volume of bubbles that it's going to be producing by switching this here, and it's going to just be able to do a certain number from each of these, and that's going to cut down on our use of the bubble solution. So you can potentially go for a longer time period with this. And adjust there, and you can adjust through 3 different levels of bubble blowing, but I'm gonna keep it on the first setting here, switch it back, and we can just let it continue to do its thing, and you can see it's really just producing tons of bubbles, blowing them all over the yard. That's why I think it's really an awesome bubble machine, again, for a kid's party or any event where you want to have the magic of bubbles spreading all over, and you want to be able to just set it up and let it run for potentially a couple hours at a time, and just continue to provide this awesome entertainment in the form of all of these cool bubbles. So definitely a great bubble maker, definitely the best one, especially for that continuous runtime. Recharging it is super easy, so it's great if you do parties frequently. Really great bubble machine.